Nigel, welcome to Charlton Athletic. It's the start of a new era here at the Valley. How does that feel to be a part of that?
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. It's quite an exciting opportunity. Something that's happened very, very quickly. But I'm really pleased to be here and looking forward to meeting the players and getting started.
Well, that was quick. Salut people, how are you all doing? And welcome back to another video. 3 videos in 4 days. Jesus, this is something else, isn't it? So on Monday, Lee Bowyer confirmed his resignation. Tuesday, a day later, Johnnie Jackson leads the team to a 3-2 win over Bristol Rovers. And then 2 days after that, today, on Thursday, we've already appointed our new manager. Charlton Athletic have appointed Nigel Adkins as our new first team manager. He has signed a 2.5-year contract, keeping him at the Valley until the end of 2023. And it is safe to say this appointment has definitely divided the fan base. It has definitely split opinions. A lot of people are happy, a lot of people are not happy, and a lot of people are very much moaning about the situation because some Charlton fans on Twitter are not pleased in the slightest by anything. But some, like myself, don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, we're going to go over it today. We're going to be discussing everything. We're going to read the club's statement, which I have in front of me, and then we're going to talk about, you know, the pros and cons of Adkins coming in. Did we have to make a permanent appointment so soon in the season after Bowyer's resignation? And overall, is Adkins the right man for the job? So, without any further hesitation, people, let's get straight into this. Starting off with the official club statement, which was written probably a couple hours ago, actually, maybe an hour or 2 ago. Charlton Athletic are delighted to confirm the appointment of Nigel Adkins as the club's manager. Adkins has signed a 2.5-year contract with the Addicts and is set to take his first training session with his new team on Thursday morning. So obviously that's now probably just happened. Owner Thomas Sandgaard was very pleased to make Adkins his first managerial appointment of the first team after taking over the club in September. He said, "I believe Nigel is the perfect personality with the perfect background and the perfect experience to get us to where we want to be. Both Nigel and I want to be playing football in the Premier League and I can't wait to see us there." Adkins took Southampton from League One to the Premier League with back-to-back promotions between 2010 and 2012. Sandgaard explained that Adkins' track record was important, that he was also impressed by the fact that his side plays attractive football and that he has proven ability to develop young talent. Adkins explained he is looking forward to getting started at the Valley. "It's a really exciting opportunity for me, something that has happened very quickly. I'm really pleased to be here and I'm looking forward to meeting the players and getting started." I had a conversation with Thomas and he highlighted where he wants this club to go. "It's an exciting and long-term vision. Get into the Premier League is something that we all want and something that I have done before. I want to achieve that again." The team got a good result on Tuesday night and now we have to keep driving on together because we have got a chance of winning promotion this season. As well as the promotion with Southampton, the 56-year-old was also twice promoted from League One with Scunthorpe United and most recently had a successful spell at Hull City, saving them from relegation in 2018 and then helping them to a mid-table championship position in 2018-19. Sandgaard added, "What I am doing with all the building blocks I am putting in place is slowly increasing the probability that we will win games. The rest of what happens is decided when the whistle is blown and the game starts. Everything I do on the inside, the infrastructure of the club, and now with the new manager, it is to increase the probability that we'll end up in the Premier League." Sandgaard and Adkins will speak to the press at 3 PM on Thursday afternoon in the latter's first press conference in charge at the club. The press conference will be available to watch shortly afterwards on Charlton TV's Valley Pass. The Addicts moved into a playoff place on Tuesday with a win at home to Bristol Rovers and will travel to AFC Wimbledon on Saturday for Adkins' first game. So there is the club statement. Nigel Adkins has been appointed as the club's manager on a permanent deal, 2.5-year contract, as I said earlier. And like I said, it's definitely caused a divide. There has been such split opinions on Adkins on social media, in particular Twitter. You know, there's been a lot of people saying, "I'm happy with this." There's a lot of people been saying, "Oh, I'm fuming. I'm really, really disappointed with this. It's so underwhelming. We're going backwards." And it's just, you just sort of have to wonder, is there any pleasing these people? You know what I mean? Like, it honestly makes me think that these people that are having a whinge and saying we're stepping backwards as a club genuinely thought that we could get Chris Wilder and Eddie Howe. Those names were so unrealistic, and if Sandgaard was to get them, it would just be incredible. But there was no way that we was ever going to get them. You know, it just makes me wonder, like, there is just no pleasing some people. On paper, is it a good appointment? Yes, I think it is. If you take a look at Adkins' CV, he has 4 promotions in his career, 3 of which have come from this division, obviously, 2 with Scunthorpe, I think it is, and then 1 with Southampton. Obviously, that Southampton spell that he'd done back-to-back promotions from League One straight to the Premier League, which was absolutely unbelievable. But you do have to say, since Southampton, he hasn't really had that much success. Took over Reading after the Southampton job. He failed to keep them promoted, which Reading were pretty much a lost cause that season when they went down. And then Adkins got the boot after that. He was sacked as Reading manager. He then took on the Sheffield United job, where he oversaw the club's lowest ever finish, and subsequently he was sacked. And then after Sheffield United, he had, as the statement said, he had a very successful spell at Hull. He kept them up, and then he finished in a mid-table position. But then after that, he couldn't agree a new contract and has been out of the job ever since. He's had an 18-month hiatus from management, and he's now taken on the Charlton job. I can definitely see why Sandgaard has appointed Adkins. I mean, as I say, you take a look at his CV, a very experienced name, like a very, very experienced manager, and, you know, knows this league. He knows how to get out of this league with obviously 3 promotions from this division. And what's also very exciting, and what I like to hear from this statement, is attractive football and bringing up young talent, which is exactly what we need, and that's exactly what I want to see. Attractive football, you know, Thomas Sandgaard has claims, you know, that we play attacking football. Under Lee Bowyer, did we play attacking football? The one thing that I want to see us do, especially next season when we've got the summer rebuild ahead of us, is to bring through some young talent into the squad. And Adkins has a very good track record of doing that. So I'm really, really hoping that Adkins can deliver that and he can integrate these young players into the starting 11. Obviously, he did say that in his interview with Valley Pass. I'll leave a link to that in the description so you can watch it yourself. There are some really, really good names in that team, in our youth setup, that I strongly believe should be playing in the first team. Players like Aaron Henry, Charlie Barker, Junior Quaterna. And under a manager like Adkins, it's certainly going to be a massive possibility. He hasn't been in management for a while. He's been out of a managerial position for 18 months. Hasn't had any real sort of success since Southampton. And that does kind of make me feel like, I don't know how to feel about it. But I do think overall, I think it is a decent appointment. It's certainly one of the better appointments that we could have made on paper, like a realistic appointment that we could have made. You know, Eddie Howe and Chris Wilder and people like that were very unrealistic. Danny Cowley obviously took on the Portsmouth job, so that was completely out of the door. Alan Kirbishley, even though a lot of people would have loved him to take on the job, again, I don't think he would have fancied it. I think he will take on some sort of role at the club. But yeah, there was no way he was going to take the managerial position. Adkins just seemingly came out of nowhere. You know, he seemingly come out of absolutely nowhere. But overall, I must say, even though I do have my worries, with this, I think it could turn out well, and I think it could work. What I will say is that I will mention the previous point that I made in the previous 2 videos, and that is, it does seem like we're rushing into a decision, you know, making a permanent appointment 3 days after Bowyer's resignation. You know, it does seem kind of rushed, and I know a lot of fans would have loved to have seen Johnnie Jackson take on the role until the end of the season and then make a decision, and all us Charlton fans are delighted to hear that Jackson will be staying at the club. You know, it came out yesterday that Lee Bowyer wanted him as his assistant, but Jackson will be staying here as Adkins' assistant, which is absolutely fantastic news. It's really, really good news, and I think that that's going to be a really good setup. You know, Jackson, club legend, Adkins, experienced head as manager. You know, I think that is really, really good news. But I think in terms of the appointment of a permanent manager, it does seem quite out of the blue and quite rushed, you know, considering, you know, the summer rebuild that we've got at hand. It's definitely not as bad as people are making it out to be. You know, I'm seeing so many people already on Charlton saying, like I said earlier, so many people on Charlton Twitter are saying, oh, this is so underwhelming, we're going backwards, I'm absolutely fuming with this appointment. And I'm just like I said earlier, you know what I mean, there's no pleasing these people. Now, what I will say is that there are some people that are really against Adkins before he's even done anything. The guy has not even managed a game yet. Saturday will be his first game in charge against AFC Wimbledon. And let's be totally honest, this season, these next 10 games, they're not the time to judge Adkins properly. Let's be real, it's not the time to judge him properly because, let's be real, like I've said multiple times, half of this team will not be here come next season. We're going to have a massive, massive rebuild. A lot of players are going to be going, and it's up to Adkins to now bring in the players that he wants, set the foundation that he wants, play this style of football that he wants to play, and hopefully we can challenge for something. He needs time to figure out what he wants to do with this team. He needs to figure out, okay, which of these players do I want to keep, which of these players do I want to let go, and then, of course, he needs to speak to Steve Gallen and Johnnie Jackson and play people like that, and kind of figure out what he wants to do with this team next season. And like I said, it's not the time to judge him. It really isn't the time. And I'm seeing people already going, oh, Adkins out, moaning. And I'm just like, look, the guy's not even done anything. It's just he has literally just walked through the door and people are just already having a whinge. He knows how to play attractive football and he brings through young talent, which is exactly what we need. You can see why. You can definitely see why Sandgaard appointed him. And while some people are not very pleased by the appointment, we have to back Adkins. It's as simple as that. We have to back him and back Sandgaard's decision to appoint him. He has to be backed. It's as simple as that. He's just walked through the door. So let's see what he can do, you know? Like, let's be patient with this, you know what I mean? So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. 3 days after Lee Bowyer's resignation, 2 days after Johnnie Jackson took over the team for the first and only time against Bristol Rovers, we have appointed our new manager today on the Thursday. Nigel Adkins, the former Southampton, Scunthorpe, Reading, Sheffield United and Hull City manager, is our new boss. I think what's been said in the statement is very, very good. It's definitely positive, and his interview with Valley Pass, he seems very, very clued up. You know, he knows what he's on about, and that's exactly what I expect from Adkins. You know, he's a very, very experienced head, very experienced coach, and I definitely think that his CV, you know, 3 promotions out of League One, he knows how to get out of this division. I think is certainly a good thing, and that is definitely what we want at this club, and certainly fits Sandgaard's ambition. Some people are moaning about this already before he's even managed a game. So let's back him and let's see what he can do. Welcome to Charlton Athletic, Nigel Adkins. I really hope you work out for us, mate, and I really do hope that you can lead us on our journey that Lee Bowyer failed to take us on. So thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, can you possibly leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn on the post notifications so you're notified of when I post. Thank you all so much for the support on the latest 2 videos, by the way. It's been absolutely incredible. 3 videos in the space of 4 days. Don't get used to it, because it definitely will not be happening again, because there's been so much news going on about the club. I just feel like I have to get videos out about them as quick as physically possible. There will be another video this week as well on Saturday in regards to our match against AFC Wimbledon, Nigel Adkins' first game in charge. Yeah, what do you think about the appointment of Nigel Adkins? Let me know in the comments below. Is it the right appointment? Is it the wrong appointment? You let me know. I think it definitely is a risky one, you know. I go back to that point, you know, it feels like we're rushing into a decision, but whatever Sandgaard does, I will back. And it's as simple as that. And I can definitely see why he appointed Adkins. We have to back him. It's as simple as that. We have to back him, and we need to support him as much as we physically can. Welcome to the club, Nigel Adkins. This has been Tyler Rollington. Have a nice day, and I will see you all on Saturday for that game against AFC Wimbledon. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all later.